Long ago, in a quiet valley surrounded by mist and mountains, there lived a blacksmith named Eshan. His forge stood beside a silver river that caught the morning light like molten fire. From sunrise till the stars appeared, the sound of hammer and steel echoed across the land. His swords were flawless, sharp, strong, and beautiful, yet his heart remained restless. Eshan was famous for two things: his unmatched skill and his uncontrolled temper. His hands could shape iron, but his spirit was wild. If a blade bent wrong, he smashed it in anger. If the fire burned too high, he cursed the wind. The villagers whispered, "He can forge steel, but not his soul." One scorching afternoon, a weary traveler came to Eshan's forge. His robe was dusty, his eyes calm. "I need a sword," he said, "one that will not fail me in any storm." Eshan smiled proudly. "Then you have come to the right man." For 7 days and nights, the forge blazed without rest. The sound of hammering filled the valley. Sparks danced like fireflies. Finally, Eshan created a sword so fine that it gleamed like moonlight. When the traveler held it, he turned it slowly and said softly, "It's a fine blade, but it feels heavy." Eshan frowned. "Heavy?" "Yes," said the traveler. "A sword must move with its master's spirit, not against it." Eshan's pride erupted. "You question my craft?" he roared, snatching the sword back. In a fury, he slammed it against the anvil until it broke. Sparks exploded, flames hissed. The traveler remained calm. "You forge metal with fire," he said quietly, "but your fire is wild. Until you temper your spirit, your blades will never be light." And with that, he walked away. That night, Eshan sat by the river, staring at his reflection trembling in the current. His own eyes looked like flames. The traveler's words echoed in his heart. He had mastered iron, yet he was a slave to his anger. Days passed, but the thought haunted him. His apprentices left one by one, unable to bear his shouting. The forge that once glowed bright grew cold. Finally, Eshan decided to climb the mountain to meet a monk known for his peace. The path was steep, the air thin, but he climbed with determination. At the top, the monk sat beside a pond, eyes closed, hands resting gently on his knees. Eshan bowed and said, "Master, I can shape any metal, but not my own temper. How do I master myself?" The monk smiled, filled a bowl with water, and placed it before Eshan. He said, "Strike it." Eshan did. The water splashed and rippled. "Strike it again." He struck harder. The water trembled and spilled. "Now, ask the monk, can you see your reflection?" Eshan looked. "No, it's too disturbed." He said, "Wait." Slowly, the water stilled. Ripples faded. Eshan could see his reflection clearly again. The monk said softly, "This is your mind. Every emotion is a stone that disturbs it. If you react instantly, you see nothing but chaos. But if you wait, the water clears, and so does the truth." Something inside Eshan shifted. He bowed deeply. When he returned to his forge, something was different. He still worked with fire, but now he breathed with it. When sparks flew, he didn't shout. When the metal bent, he smiled. Each strike of his hammer became steady, calm, alive. Weeks turned into months. His new swords were lighter, stronger, and filled with quiet energy. Warriors who held them said, "These blades feel calm, as if they know peace." Word spread again, but this time people called him Eshan the Still Flame, the man who tamed fire without losing its warmth. Years later, when his hair turned silver and his hands trembled with age, an apprentice asked, "Master, what is the secret to your craft?" Eshan smiled and said, "The secret is not in the fire. It's in the hands that guide it. If your heart burns too hot, the blade breaks. But if your fire is calm, even steel obeys you." Before his final breath, Eshan forged one last sword, plain, balanced, and pure. He placed it in the temple on the hill. They say it still gleams under the moonlight, untouched by time, carrying the peace of its maker. And the people told their children, the blacksmith who mastered his emotions, mastered his world within him. The mind, like metal, must be shaped with care. Fire creates strength only when guided by calm hands. Master your emotions, and you master your world. If this old tale touched your heart, then subscribe for more timeless stories, stories that whisper ancient wisdom and awaken your soul.